Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This morning I wanted to revisit a die set that I used about 2.5 years ago. This is part of a craft kit, but it was also brought out after as a separate kit. Now it's this one here. It's the Terrific Telephone Treat Box die set. Today I am going to remake the pink one, and just to show you the die set, I did actually put this because I didn't get the craft kit, so I did. I'm going to put it on a piece of white card. I managed to source the stamp set to go with it, and I have got it in a kit folder now, although I'm using the packaging just to refresh my memory of how to put this box together. So this creates obviously a telephone box, and it's amazing. It's got sentiments in here. It's got a debossed telephone word on there. It's got the crown on there as well. It's just a bog standard telephone box, but hopefully if you've got this in your stash and you haven't used it yet, bring it out, have a play, because these die sets are such good fun to play with. So as always, I've got all my pieces cut out, and I have actually put acetate on 2 of my panels already, and I've put some patterned paper on one of the panels, but I'm going to do the door panel with you, so it will give you a rough idea of how I'm doing the paneling. Now I'm using this piece of paper. Now I bought this from, I believe it was from Amazon, so long ago. I'm going to say about 4 or 5 years ago I bought this, and it comes with all these different butterfly panels, and it's the perfect size to cut and add onto these panels. So I remember using it on the telephone box I did previously, so I thought I'd do that again, and obviously this time this one's going to be for me. So but yeah, so I've cut basically the middle section out of this piece of patterned paper, and I've attached it onto one of these panels. So for this make then, you will need, if you're having one with a door, you will need 3 of these panels. But I have backed it because I've actually sandwiched 2 pieces together. So I'm using Craft Perfect 216 GSM, and I'm also using initially I thought this was 260, but it's not, it's actually 290 GSM pink cardstock. So that's what I'm using just to kind of give my telephone box some stability. So 216 GSM, 3 pieces, and 290 GSM in that pink card. And again, I've cut that 3 times. And then I've cut the door piece out. Again, 216 GSM and 290 GSM, and what I've done is I've put red liner tape around that door. What I was going to say as well was, when you are, because the score line is so close to that edge line there, use a precision tool against that score line. And what I did was I just placed it on there like that, and then folded the door out against my precision tool, because I didn't want to damage that small piece in between that score line and the edge. So I've cut that out again in 216 and 290 GSM. So I've got that. The acetate that I've used, I've basically just cut a piece large enough to cover around those window panes there. and I've just put red liner tape around it to stick that on, and then I've gone around the whole panel with glue, even across these thin pieces here as well, and I've just stuck them down so that I have some stability with those panels. And so for the door piece then, I've cut a smaller piece of acetate out because this piece is smaller than that, so I've cut that out a little bit smaller. Again, put red liner tape around it, and I'm just going to layer this on top. Now, one thing to bear in mind is obviously there are tabs at the bottom of these panels. So on the 216 GSM Craft Perfect, I've actually chopped those tabs off and just left it on the pink cardstock, the thicker cardstock. So we have those and the acetate. You will also need to cut out 2 of the larger squares and 1 of the small squares. So this is the base for the telephone box, and these will be the base for the lid. You need to cut out 4 of these pieces. I've already gone ahead and burnished all my score lines. And I've cut these out in 290 GSM. So then we come on to the hinges. Now the hinges I have cut out in 216 GSM because I don't want too much bulk around those joins. So I've cut these pieces out 4 times in 216 GSM, and I've already burnished my score lines. These tabs here, you need 4 of these as well. Again, I've used 216 GSM and I have burnished my score lines. You need to cut out 2 of these pieces. This will be the plinth for the telephone box to sit on, so you need to cut out 2 of those, and I've done mine in 216 GSM. So I've got those 2, and then the rest is decoration. Oh, actually, we have the closure. Again, I've cut that out in 216 GSM because I want it to match the ballet pink that I'm using. I've then cut a gold piece out because I want to add a gold aperture with the circle still, and I've then cut out 2 more pieces in that 290 GSM, and then I've cut 3 rings out. In the instructions it says to cut 2, but I've actually cut 3 out. This will be the piece that attaches to the door. But then I've also, because I'm going to put my magnet behind this closure, I've then cut these rings out again 3 times, and I've cut the circle out again. So in total you will need 3 of the solid circles and 6 of the rings in the 290 GSM that I'm doing, and then I've got it also in gold. But keep the central the middle section of those circles because you can add a bit of layer to your decorative elements. So let's make a start on this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get this door panel done first. So for this then, as mentioned, I've already scored and burnished my score lines. I am going to go ahead and remove the red liner tape. That is on here. And by the way, the rest is just decoration and stuff, so you can pick and choose if you want to have crowns, if you want to have the word telephone. You know, it's up to you how you want to decorate it, but I have got some mulberry flowers, some leaves, etc. I am using Nouveau Deluxe. I think I've mentioned this in one of my videos, but since I've been using my precision nib, I've realised I don't actually use as much glue, which is brilliant for me, because you're only using what you need. So I'm just going ahead and applying glue around the edge, but I am also going to put dots of glue around the these pieces here, because I'm going to put my acetate on to sandwich, but I'm putting it on really lightly, because obviously we are going to get slight smudge, but I'm not going to worry too much. So I'm just taking my acetate piece, and although it's very difficult to see what I'm doing, I'm just going to attach that onto there, press that down, and then I am going to go ahead and apply lots of glue to the rest of this panel now, because I'm going to add another layer obviously to this. So I'm just going to go ahead and add lots of glue. Just going to quickly go over this bit with my precision tool, just to make sure we've got nice adhesion on those pieces there. Okay, so that's my door panel done. So I'm not gonna, because the glue is still sticking down, I don't want to start folding and bending all of this, so I'm going to let that dry for a second. Now while that's drying, let's put the plinth together. So what you're going to do with the plinth is, you've got score lines, so you've got long tabs on one side and you've got shorter tabs on, well, two sides, not one side, two sides. Long tabs on two sides and short tabs on two sides, which are on the opposite sides. So I'm just going ahead and burnishing all those score lines. And the way you attach this is you put the short tab against the long tab on your other panel, and you're basically going to, your longer tabs are going to go on the outside and your shorter tabs are going to go on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and apply glue to these shorter tabs first on one of these, and you want to make sure that you line these up really well. So with the first one, if I open it back out again and we line that one up first. Make sure it goes right to the edge there. And make sure you give that a good press. Okay, so once that first one is done, go ahead and do the second one on the opposite side. So again, make sure you apply glue right to that edge. Make sure your longer tabs are on the outside. And then you're just going to press that one down. Let that one grab. And then you're going to go ahead and apply glue to all of these shorter tabs. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's do the lid part. So you're going to bring in your 2 large squares, and this is where you need those tabs, these ones here. So what you need to do is go ahead, apply glue to these tabs here. And you're basically going to attach them to the bottom of that panel there. So your good side is facing up. Get my words out there. So just go ahead and attach them all the way around. Okay, so once you've attached all those tabs, just go in and with your precision tool, just give those a good press down. So you're then going to take these panels here and you're going to attach them to that. So line it up against those tabs and then go around attaching all those panels onto there. So I'm going to go ahead and apply glue onto here. I'm just leaving that end bit there so that I can come back round to attach. So make sure this attaches to the bottom of there, and just make sure everything lines up nicely so that you've got a nice, clean, crisp edge like that. If I put that first one on, just need to make sure I don't glue this bit down, and then we're just going to go around and attach that. And we're just going to go all the way around. Okay, so you should have something that's going to look like this. Just going to go ahead and put a bit more glue on that piece there. Okay, so that's your lid. You can go ahead and apply glue to your second large square. And place that on the inside of there, just securing everything in. And then just press all that down. Okay, so we can come back to decorating all these pieces shortly. So for the next piece then, you need your smaller square, and this is where you will need to bring in all your panels. So I'm going to start with the back panel first. I'm going to apply glue. And I'm going to attach that first panel onto there. So I'm gluing it to the outside of my square, like so. Make sure everything lines and butts up nicely. Go in with my precision tool and give that a very good press, like so. Well, that's shifted a little bit actually, and I can't have it shift because it needs to be precise. Okay, there we go. That's the first one. Now it's moved again. Okay, that's that first panel done. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the side panels. So again, I'm applying glue. So at this point, what I'm going to do is attach my hinges. So what I'm going to do is start from the front. So I'm actually going to start from this side to begin with, because this is the more weaker side. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach that onto there. You are going to have a slight overhang on the door, but I see that as a positive, because I think that just adds a bit of strength. And you're not going to fully open that door, so you're only going to slightly open it. So I am just adhering it to that side piece there. I'm also going to do the same. So I'm going to put 2 on the front and 2 on the back. Okay, so you should have something that's going to look like this. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and apply glue to the rest of these tabs and then start bringing my panels up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so you're going to have something that's going to look like this, and then obviously your lid will just slot and fit onto there like that, and that then gives you your telephone box. So now we're going to go ahead and decorate. So I've cut out 4 of the panels that go on the front here, and I've debossed into it the word telephone. I've stuck some foam pads on, so I'm just going to go ahead and attach those to each of these sides. So I'm putting that as central as possible, like so. And I'm just going to attach one of the crowns. I'm just putting dots of glue. That's just going to go bang straight in the middle. Like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that to each side. Okay, so now those are stuck down, starting to take shape now. So pretty. Okay, so now what we need to do is let's get the lock done. So for the lock, you are going to need magnets. You will need a couple of magnets. So all I'm going to go ahead and do is attach 3 of these rings. Just going to glue 3 of these rings together. And then I'm going to apply glue to the back of here and attach it to one of these circles. I am then going to place some glue in the middle here and take one of these magnets and place that in the middle there, and then I'm going to go ahead and cover it up. I am then going to bring in the gold piece here and attach 2 of these fallout pieces onto my gold center. I'm going to attach my gold ring onto the outside part of this closure. I just think it adds a nice touch to it. It might be helpful if I straighten that out. Get it a bit more straight. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue this piece back in because I've added some height to it, like so. That's on the outside, and then on the inside, I'll just roll some of this glue off the tips of my fingers. So for the outside part, again, I'm going to take another 3 rings. And these magnets, these are just ones that I bought from Amazon. They're not the Tonic ones, but the Tonic ones are the perfect size to fit in if you did want to use those ones. That's one. Just going to attach that. And then if I put glue on the middle of this and then drop my magnet, let it grab, so I know my magnet is in place. And then on the inside part of this closure, I'm just going to attach this like so. And then just press that down so it catches just like that. So at least we know that bit. Let me bring in, there is a score line on there as well, so give that a fold. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply some glue to that bit there. And I'm going to attach that. It's going to go on to there, like so. Oh, don't want it to move too much. So pressing that down. And then all I'm going to do on this side is, oh, it's that way around, isn't it? Just going to apply glue to the outside of this. And I'm going to hold that down. So then we've got our lid. Now you can decide, because we already have the door opening, you can decide if you want to glue your top on. And to be quite honest, I think it's not a bad idea to glue it on to prevent the lid from constantly falling off. And I'm going to decorate mine, so I am going to apply glue to the inside portions of this. And then I'm going to pick a side, any side. What I think it's going to have to be this way. Right, is that grabbed? Yep. Let's just open this up. So what I want to do is get my hand in. And then just press those down. So I'm going to let it do its thing. And then I'm going to start decorating the front now. So I've got some flowers, I've got some leaves, I've got these tiny acrylic butterflies. So I think what I want to do is, oh God, this doesn't want to come off today. Bear with. No, doesn't want to come off today. And I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna chop them off. Let's chop some of these leaves up as well. Okay, we'll do it like that. So I am going to go ahead and apply glue to some of these leaves here and start attaching them. Let's put one there. I'll come back to that piece because I need the plinth on. So let me just apply glue to the base of this. So I need to centralize this. That looks central enough to me. Perfect. Okay, so putting a little bit there. And I think I'm going to have just a tiny bit coming up the top here. So right there. Obviously, you'd allow yourself more time for things to dry. I'm going to take some of these flowers. I'm going to stick one there. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're just going to stick some butterflies. I've got these acrylic butterflies, so I am going to stick one. Where should we stick these? These are very small as well. I feel like it needed one there, but I can't put one there because the door needs to open. So let's stick it. And I wanted it to stand out a bit more. So what do we do? What do we do? Can we manage to stick one on there? Oh, go on then. Let's stick one on there. My flower's fallen off. Let's fix that. Obviously, I need to let everything dry because right now things are not dry. I think I'm going to put a butterfly onto one there. And I think I'm going to put one on there. Like that. And then I don't think this would be finished without a bit of glitter flakes. I've got this new trend now, glitter flakes, honestly. Just love using glitter flakes on everything. Right, this isn't stuck down properly anywhere, so let's put a bit of glue. Give that a press. Right, let me bring some card in because I have managed to get glitter everywhere except on the project. So I'm going to dip. I'm not going to do too much of it. There's a little bit on that one. And a little bit on that one. That will do for now. So let's close this up. So now we have our beautiful pink telephone treat box, and the way you open it is literally, oh look, butterflies coming off, okay. You open it like that, then you can close it with that magnet closure. Like so. And we obviously have all our flowers, all our decoration. Let's stick you back on here. Don't want you falling off. So there you have it. I apologize that it's ended up being such a long video. I am probably going to edit a lot of this out. So there you have the beautiful telephone treat box. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell for to receive notifications of future videos. I checked this morning before I started filming and I was at 999. So I need one more person and then I would have reached my goal of 1,000 for now. Obviously the plan is to continue growing, and I hope I've been able to inspire you with some of my makes. I know a lot of the things I do is pink and shabby, but there's nothing wrong with pink and shabby. You just need to use your own colour choices. You don't have to use pink, but it just gives you an idea of what that make looks like. So that is my telephone treat, terrific telephone treat gift box. So like I said, please do like and subscribe. I will be doing a giveaway as soon as I hit 1,000. I will do a giveaway video, and the giveaway will be Tonic products. It could be dyes that I've already that I've put aside. I think there's a Tonic apron in all of that, and there's a magazine with a die set in it. So there's like bits and pieces, and I think there's like a 6x6 paper pad in that as well. So again, like I said, thank you so much for all the love and support, and always encouraging me and leaving amazing comments. I really do appreciate everything. So thank you again, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.